English book, that's Courtney, America's Jewish Mother. Welcome back to my channel, and I am finally here with 2 tags for Tag Tuesday. I haven't done a tag in a very long time, so I'm now making a slow attempt to get caught up on my backlist. That's never gonna happen, but I'm gonna try. So anyway, so I'm here with the Your Answers Can't Be Books tag and the End of the Year book tag. So I'm going to start with the Your Answers Can't Be Books tag. This was going around BookTube in August or September, something like that, which was when I was falling apart because, you know, my work was requiring me to teach under very unsafe conditions, and still is, by the way. But I've, you know, I guess like I'm used to it now. So anyway, so yeah, I was like mentally collapsing at that point. So I could not be bothered with tags then. So anyway, so I was tagged in the Your Answers Can't Be Books tag by both Scott and Nell at Gunpowder Fiction and Plot, and by Britta Bowler. And thank you to, I guess, all 3 of them for tagging me. So I will link all of their videos down below. And this tag was originally created by BookBuds. I will also link their original video down below. So let's go. So what is something you own way too many of other than books? So my answer for this is dog toys. Insert clip here.
Sure, look at all your toys. You have so many toys. Good sit.
Question 2. What is something that you do for fun that's not reading a book? So I think I've talked about this a few times on my channel, but I also practice yoga with some regularity, usually on average probably about 4 times a week or so. So that's my other little like hobby that I do. Question 3, what is something special or important on your nightstand that's not a book? Okay, so I had to move this from my bedroom to in here so that it would be handy. I don't really keep very much on my nightstand aside from my alarm clock, a lamp, this picture, and sometimes a book. But yeah, so this picture of my parents and me when we took a vacation to Dollywood together. So there you go. Number 4, what's something that you buy at a bookstore other than books? So I don't often buy things at bookstores other than books, but I guess if I did, it might be a greeting card or wrapping paper. Those are really the only things I can think of that I might purchase at a bookstore aside from books. Number 5, what's a fun gift you've received that wasn't a book or a gift card for books? Okay, so for my birthday, a number of years back, my parents took me to see Cher live in concert during her Dress to Kill tour, and it was awesome. She did like, I don't know, at least like a dozen or more costume changes over the course of the show, and you know, for somebody who was at that point like over 60, like she just, like, it was awesome. I mean, I'm sure there were all kinds of people backstage getting her in and out of outfits and stuff, but like, man, just to like do all that in the course of one show was staggering. And there was this one part where she got on this, I don't know, like little booth thing or whatever that like moved around the room, and she was sort of dressed like angelically or whatever. And yeah, it looked sort of like very surreal and heavenly as she like went in her little booth like around the auditorium. So yeah, that was awesome. Number 6, what is a YouTube channel you watch that's not related to books? So I am not subscribed to too many channels aside from BookTube related ones, although I am subscribed to a couple of drag queens. But another one, a non-drag queen related channel I subscribe to that's also not book related is Pushing Up Roses. So she does episode reviews of various TV shows, and she has a series that I love called That Time on Murder, She Wrote, where she reviews episodes of Murder, She Wrote, which is one of my all-time favorite television shows. She also has a series of reviews on The Golden Girls, again, probably my all-time favorite TV show. She does other reviews of shows too, but those are obviously my 2 favorites. And then the last question is to tag 5 booktubers that you want to learn more about. So I tried to go through and see if these people had done this tag or not, and it did not look to me like they had. So if you have not already done this and you want to do this, I tag Kazan at Always Doing, I tag Roz at Scallydandling About the Books, Cynthia at Book Whimsy, Sina at Beating Around the Books, and a fairly new to me booktuber, Fraser Simon's Springboard Thought. So if you want to do this tag, you are tagged. Okay, so moving on to the end of the year book tag. So this was originally created by Ariel Bissett, and I was also double tagged in this one by both Mark Nash and Elizabeth at Bouquins and Books. So I will link both of their videos down below, and also Ariel's original tag video for this year. So question 1, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? So aside from the books that I'm currently reading, and especially including of those 2 buddy reads, so Eichmann and Jerusalem, and the Moore's account, plus as I'm filming this, I have 20 pages to go in this Emerson brick. So I'm definitely gonna finish that. So aside from those and the other few books that I'm currently reading, no, there are no books that I need to finish by the end of the year. Question 2, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? So, to quote Mark Nash in his response to this question, no. Question 3, is there a new release you're still waiting for? Yes, the English translation of Olga Tokarczuk's The Books of Jacob. So I pre-ordered this way back in June. I think it's set to be released on November 15th. And I actually just got an email yesterday from Blackwell's informing me that my order is in the process of being dispatched. So it's on its way to me. I'm so excited. I'm sure I'm not going to manage to fit that in by the end of the year, but heck, I can start it in 2022. So there you go. All right, question, what are we up to? 4. What are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? Okay, so one book that I definitely want to read before the end of the year and that I put on my TBR for this month is Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe, especially because it had previously been on TBRs of mine and I still haven't gotten to it yet, so definitely want to read this book. Also would like to read before the end of the year Amy Tan's The Joy Luck Club, which Lindsay of Lindsay's Book Life and I are planning to do as a buddy read. And then the last book I would like to read before the end of the year is Dostoevsky's The Idiot, the P. Valachonsky translation, of course. So yeah, this is a little on the long side. It's 615 pages, so we'll see if I can fit this in December. So if I did the math right, I think I only need to read about 20 to 25 pages of this a day to get through it in December. So I'm gonna try real hard to do that. So would also like to read this. Number 5, is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? Yeah, sure. I'm always open to the possibility that I could be surprised by a book. And in fact, I love being surprised by a book. It's probably almost a prerequisite to be my favorite book of the year. So I'm always open to that. However, I do think that based on what my current top fiction read and nonfiction reads of the year are, that it would be very difficult to supplant those. But I am open to the possibility. Question 6, have you already started making reading plans for 2022? Of course! So I've already agreed to a number of buddy reads. So Beth Ann Bruninger Sokolar and I had agreed a while back to read Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man in 2022. Mark and Roz and I have agreed to read Another Country by James Baldwin. Sina and I have talked about reading Lost Children Archive by Valeria Luiselli. Scott at Gunpowder Fiction and Plot and I had discussed at least 2 different buddy reads that I think. Pay of Attention and I had talked about reading Stoner by John Williams. I'm not sure if we're going to manage to fit that in December, or it might have to be pushed off until next year. Sandy at Miss Rizala and I are going to read Henry Ross' Call It Sleep, I think, and those are all the ones I can remember. So if I agreed to a buddy read with you of something and I didn't just list that, please tell me down in the comments below so I can, get all my stuff together in a nice organized list. I've also signed up to judge the BookTube prize again for nonfiction next year, so I'm definitely going to be reading books for at least one round of that. Also, Robert of Barter Hordes is still looking for judges for the BookTube prize for next year, so if you are interested in judging, I will link the information for signing up down below. So lastly, I'm going to tag people here. So I tag Sandy at Ms. Reesalot, Melissa at Fully Booked, Raina at Rainier Books, Kim at Middle of the Book March, and Brian at Bookish. And again, I tried to check to make sure people hadn't already done this tag, and I don't think that y'all have done it. So if you want to do it, you are tagged. So thank you for watching this. I hope everyone is staying healthy and well. I hope you're doing good reading whatever you're reading. And until next time, would it kill you to call your mother?